Becky Legero for CoinGeek.com. I am here with Daniel Lipshitz, the CEO and founder of Gap 600. And we're here in Zurich, which is really exciting to have you here in front of me. I love this. We've had conversations before about Gap 600, but today we're here to talk about stablecoins. Yay! So Daniel, tell me about what you're working on with stablecoins and why this particular region is of interest to you.
Sure. We're working on a stablecoin issuance and brokerage platform. We're focusing on it being regulatory compliant so that we can have as great a reach and appeal to as much mass adoption as possible. We're focusing on supporting payment services and ecosystems within the Bitcoin SV space, but long term we're looking to branch out and support any sort of payment processes that can benefit from the efficiencies of being a Bitcoin BSV payment space.
Very cool. And we're going to go into a little more detail about those in just a moment. But Zug is the location that you've chosen, and this is also where TAL is, where the BA Association is. Why? Why is that area of particular interest?
So we, as mentioned, mass adoption is of a critical interest to us. And for that, you need to be compliant and regulatory engaging. And so when you started researching where to domicile the entity, Switzerland is a clear regulatory brand, very strong, as well as it being complex regulatory, but clear. There's real clarity as to the steps you need to do and what you need to implement in order to be compliant. And that's why we chose it. And so that's why we're moving ahead with setting up and being based in Zug for the new venture, and there'll be a Swiss entity.
Amazing. And stablecoins is such an exciting word for me personally because the gambling industry is really looking into it, which you have a part of too. So what elements of stablecoins do you think there need to be in order for mass adoption to actually happen?
So the stablecoin obviously needs to be within an effective or compelling application or an effective or a compelling use case, so that when a user comes to use it, it just becomes natural for them to use it. So I would say that the stablecoin, what we're looking to do is to partner with compelling platforms, compelling applications, and then with them they will drive a use case of the stablecoin. So they'll be able to offer their end users a payment form that they're comfortable with, and where they actually won't even necessarily be familiar if they're using backed on Bitcoin SV or everything. It'll just be a USD or a Swiss franc or a euro payment. But on the back end, it'll be all very efficiently running on BSV.
Amazing. And for those in our audience that might not be as familiar with stablecoins and BSV technology, can you describe how a gambling company or a gambling operator could use a stablecoin to help their customers access the services of their website?
Sure. So the stablecoin advantage is, so what a stablecoin boils down to is it's a token, which is a digital entity which is able to be moved around very easily in the transactional mechanisms in the same way that you can move the Bitcoin. So the ease and convenience of interacting with Bitcoin, but with it being transferring a coin which is based and doesn't have the volatility of a cryptocurrency. And so in the gambling space, where there's often a lot of stress in moving funds around and transactions and settlement, there's a lot of advantages in having a token which is stable and hedged to a fiat currency. So the gambling space has advantages, but there's significant advantages generally in payments, as far as the capability to do non-custodial services, so not having to be your payments being held up within your payment processor, and all sorts of advantages where we think that building on a BSV platform will give all these services a new efficient technology that they can consider as far as adding to how they're running their businesses now.
Yeah, it's all very, very exciting. And the one area what I wanted to ask you about is wallets. Because I know sometimes certain coins are not compatible with certain wallets. What are you doing in this area in the future now? Or how are we going to manage this?
So again, we're part of the greater puzzle. So and part of the protocol that we've chosen to build on is in line with what we think and we see the ecosystem in the BSV space implementing. And so there are further other exciting, some of them Swiss, some UK-based, we've had discussions with, and they ask, they're looking to support the relevant protocol that we think. And so it's in the BSV space, which is still relatively small, there's still a bit of jockling as to which will be the dominant token protocol. And so we think that the one that we're working on has got a good chance of being that. And so that is definitely a certain friction as in the wallet adoption. But again, it shouldn't be a complex. We're hoping that the value add of the applications and the value add of having a stablecoin and BSV will drive the adoption of wallet implementation.
Oh, absolutely. Outstanding, Daniel. And I love stablecoin, such a great subject. Your panel at CoinGeek Zurich was amazing. And thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Becky.
And thank you guys so much for watching. This is Becky Legiro for CoinGeek.com.
Hi, it's Jimmy Nguyen, founding president of Bitcoin Association. I'm inviting you to the 8th CoinGeek conference. CoinGeek is coming back to the Big Apple, New York City. Join us October 5th through 7th at the Sheraton New York Times Square Hotel in Manhattan. You'll learn how the BSV blockchain is transforming all industries. With its massive scalability, BSV can power efficient payments down to the micro and nano level, and data applications of all types for enterprise, government, and consumers. After so many years of just hearing about the promise of blockchain technology, it's time to see some real uses and real value. Registration is now open, so get your tickets early and stay tuned for more information about CoinGeek New York. BSV Blockchain. It's about time.